Hi there. I'm Jean, a doctor in training. Let's try not to hurt each other, okay? I'm, Jean. Should I really be here?
Why are you British? Fire Emblem Engage might have the largest amount of quirked up white boys I've ever seen in a JRPG roster. This game's cast largely consists of quirky weirdos and oddballs. You've probably seen plenty of clips and screenshots with them already, and they really don't exaggerate. But amidst that sea of the alpaca-obsessed and the whatever the hell you want to call Greece's medical condition, there's Jean, a simple boy with simple goals. He wants to be the best doctor he can be. And wouldn't you know it, that simple man manages to simply be one of Engage's easiest to like characters. So let's dive into his character and see him shine.
There is no meme. This is just a threat.
Jean shows up in an optional chapter off of the main grid. His small village is fucking under attack by a group of monsters. And though the town doctor, his father Sean, is busy trying to help the people, Jean goes out and helps them alongside him, being unable to stand back and do nothing. And for helping them, Jean asks Alir if he can join their army. Yes, the 10-year-old doctor, and not the grown-ass doctor who's right there. But whatever, Alir agrees. And so, Jean officially kicks Sarah out of her place as youngest child soldier in the series. A sad day for the 12 people who played FE5 and thought they had something special. And since Engage is a love letter to the series, Jean is a perfect recreation of a classic character. He does dick all after he joins and just becomes another dude in your party. Now, I would wager a lot of people used him in their armies because he's one of the popular high growth rate type of characters. Similar to Donald from Awakening, he shows up very early in the game, a little bit behind the rest of your team, but can soar ahead of them due to having a skill that jacks up his growth rates to be near RNG proof. A lot of players really like that type of unit, so he probably has a fan base of people that used him because he's a wall of stats. So yeah, he's got that going for him. But if you want to see his character, we're gonna have to delve into his supports. And there's one thing he does in all of them pretty consistently: apothecary work. In Fire Emblem, healing is done by having Jesus on speed dial, so FE characters rarely delve into the actual nitty-gritty of what it means to be a healer in the vaguely medieval time period Fire Emblem takes place in. Jean is constantly out foraging in the woods for good herbs and using them to concoct medicines. Despite being only 10 years old, he's characterized as a very hard worker, and that kind of energy makes him really easy to like. I don't know, maybe it's just the Octopath Traveler brain rot in me, but I like seeing a character done less as a holy healer and more as a physician. I think that's a perspective on the role that Fire Emblem lacks. Another aspect of Jean's character is that his hard work leads him to have a tendency to overwork. As his supports with Alir and Linden, they realize that Jean always looks like he's tired. And I actually really like the Linden support, because the resolution is really cute. Linden manages to trick Jean into taking a nap, like, you know, it's kindergarten and it's timeout time. Jean ends up greatly appreciating Linden's help and advice, and asks to be his pupil. But Linden says he's really old and might not have enough years in the tank left to teach him. Jean's reply is simple: he'll just make medicine so that Linden lives forever. A very naive 10-year-old thing to say, but it's a sweet sentiment nevertheless. Overworking is an issue a lot of people have, so while a character who needs to learn to not overdo himself is far from original, I think it's an important enough lesson that it's worth telling people several dozen times. But there's something else Jean has that's a bit more unique to him in the land of JRPGs. Actual living parents. He remarks to Alir that his father is a strict man, eager to praise him when he succeeds, but eager to scorn him if he fails. Jean says there were some days that he truly hated his father, but now that he's been away from him for so long, he's started to appreciate him more and miss him. This is 100% where my personal feelings come in, but this hits home to me a bit as I also have a fairly strict father, and I completely get what Jean is saying. I hated when my dad would punish me or otherwise have the audacity to have standards, but now I love him to death. And hell, I just went out with him for dinner like a week before this video came out. Granted, I had these feelings of reflection when I was a grown man moving out of my father's house and not a 10-year-old taking a field trip into a war zone, but hey, the feeling is felt regardless, and it really makes Jean a personal favorite for me. And Jean's mother is important to him too. She brews tea leaves for her village, as Celine realized, because it's tea, of course Celine knows about that. But during the war, Jean realizes he's going to miss his mother's birthday, and Zelkov, a man who's lost his mother years before the game began, encourages Jean to write her a letter. What follows is one of the most feel-good moments in the game in my opinion, so I'm just gonna let it play out. And I don't have to poorly voice act this one like I do all the other videos I make, because this is the modern era. We have actual voice actors to talk for them.
Thank you, Zelkov, for this and for everything else you gave me.
You can thank me by taking good care of her. I never had the opportunity to show my parents gratitude. I regret that every single day. Do not make the same mistake I did. Let them see how much you care while they are still here.
I will, Zelkov. I'll be a good son for both of us.
I appreciate it.
And more than that, I'll be a good friend for you too. I hope you'll come find me the next time you're making medicine.
That means a great deal to me. I mean to say, I will gladly accept your offer. Thank you, Jean.
Characters in Engage mostly feel like they need some kind of weird gimmick to stand out. But Jean, at least to me, kinda proves that you don't need that. His character doesn't tell any crazy morals, cherish your loved ones, don't overwork yourself, it's okay to rely on others, but they're all morals that people need to hear. And the game has these morals told through the lens of a good, honest kid. So his character is not only enjoyable to watch, he's good at reminding the player of things they need to remember. And because of that, Jean stood out to me far more than pretty much everyone else in Engage, because he had a simple character that was executed really well, and that's all you need. If you ever need a pick-me-up, give Dr. Jean a call. He may be half or even a quarter of your age, but you might find he's twice as wise. Join my Patreon or else I will have consensual sex with your mother. Right now, we're running a poll on Lords, so the next video is going to be a long one to counteract this being a short one, and my patrons include the likes of Adebayo Thompson, Alexis Ovea, Andrew Crockett, Benz Again, Dr. McBackstab, Fire Emblem Lord, Great Riek, Hell on Heelys, Ichigo D. Camus, Jaeger, Guts, Kenpachi, Shiro, Uzumaki, Kiri, Yamato, Kratos, Caranzable, Frederick, Sirius, Bolsara, Hakumen, and the White Void, Justpacito 2, Life 17 Vault, Morgan Lorgan, Nevrix the Tourmaline Project Creator, Shen Lu, Percival Frederickstein, Von Musel, Klowski, DeRolla III, but you can call me Percy, Steph D, Tato, the world's most unironic 8.5 tail stan, Walmart Greeter, Your Girl Owen, Brentendo 11, Del can beat Steven in Mario Party, Drew Hack, Ginger, Goo Gaga, Cornelia Milkers 92, Max the Knife, and Upscale Furry Trash. I decided to keep the Patreon advertisement brief this time because this is only like an 8-minute video. I'm not going to spend a whole ass 2 minutes doing an advertisement. Thank you guys very much for making it to the end of another character analysis video. I know this one's a little shorter than normal, but I'd rather have a video be short than have it padded out with fluff to meet some kind of arbitrary time limit. As always, thanks to my buddy Guy for looking over the script, making sure I didn't say anything too stupid. He's a real one, and I love you, buddy. If you enjoyed this video, consider coming to the Discord. You're looking at some stuff from it right now. I really enjoy having it. The people there really seem to have a good time, and really it's just a never dull moment. Especially when my dumbass IRL friends post stupid shit in it. Until next time.
Change the world. My final message.